Hey guys, today we did pretty well in the market. I'm going to recap one of the trades that I had earlier in the day and then give you a brief overall of the day and how I'm doing for this account that I've opened. So this is going to be a clip from this morning. It's going to be running a little bit faster than real time, just so you can get along with what you need to do and get along with your day. So without further ado, we will get into it.
GE looks pretty good. If you can get over 10.
So this is at 9:28 before the bell.
If not, I'd look to short it. I mean, this company has been doing pretty badly. So opening up here over 10, it's a pretty big gap. We pull back to about 9:30. So they're making progress on a turnaround after a tough year. It was at 9:27, so it looks like they're going to try to pump GE as like a longer term company. We have about a minute to the bell.
All right, guys, so both eye on game 69.
If you're wondering about the
30
voice,
seconds to the bell.
that is Mike from Warrior Trading.
I mean, I do like it below 20.
See if GE can hold up. Ideally, I would take it short here. And if it gets over 10, you go long. So let's try that. So we're short 500 shares at 90. Stop's going to be 10. Over 10, we'll take it long. Just add it a little bit more as it gets weak. Average is 88. See if we can get lower. Try to be a little bit more patient with this. Still looks heavy. Back at our entry. A lot of sellers. It's definitely a much slower mover than I'm used to. Just added into the 84. It's up 74 cents, which is 10%. Average is 87. Really want to see it start picking up some momentum here to the downside. See if 80 goes. There's 80. I'm going to start taking some profits here. Covered at 79. Take a little bit more, 78. There we go. 77, 76 is looking heavy. Gonna take off half more. Looks like it's catching bids. Looking to take off at least half of this. I'm just gonna take it there. Took it at 980. So it was a easy 200 bucks for the opening range. Now, if this holds up and it gets over 10, I'm gonna look to take it long over 10. I'm not gonna chase it if it continues going further down. And so far it was pretty good. This could just be turning into a bear flag. So a little bit hard for you guys to see, probably.
I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward a little bit here.
90, and we take the majority of it. 70 is probably where it wants to go. More inclined to be open. Underneath 10.
So that ended up being low
looks like I should add in short here, and there's definitely gonna be some resistance here at that 10.
So I end up taking it over 10. Let's see here.
All right, so we're going with a little bit of anticipation here. In at 97. Stop's gonna be below the VWAP, so we're giving it about 7 cents a share. I'll add if it starts pushing on 10. Looks like it's gonna go. We'll see how much resistance at 10. Yeah, it's eating through. It's a big sell wall. You know, a lot of orders to come through. I didn't add anything yet. There's a little bit too much size. We're holding up on 98 or 97. We're break even. We could bail out here even or continue to hold. We want to see it hold up here. Interesting. I don't normally go long. Just GE's been so beat up lately. I feel like it needs this. But shouldn't really be what I'm basing my trade on. All right, come on, let's give it a push. There's 98. No, it's looking weak. 96 might give way. We'll hold it. I mean, it's pushing up on this 10. It's not extended. Has a VWAP right underneath it. Has the opening price right underneath it. I don't see this flushing and selling off really hard. Even this morning, it didn't sell off very hard. I mean, it had a little bit of a pullback and gained traction and set in a higher low. So we might look to add here for the break of 10 and see how thick that level is and how much we get on the tape. Pressing 990. There's 10 I kind of missed an add. I'll just stay happy with my 97 average right now. So there's some support at 10. We'll see if it holds. It might come back down underneath 10 and then finally push, or it might come back and test. Looking to add here on the retest of 10. So here's the test. There's size at 999. Now we're back at 997. Here's the final test. Okay, so I just added into that $10 push.
I'd like to over 10 to hold.
So the way that this played out, I can fast forward through it a little bit. It ended up, I added size, so we're in at 98. It came back up against us a little bit, still held over the VWAP, which was our risk level. So just to cut off some time here, I added in again. We had an average of 10.02. It was holding up over the opening price. So then as it starts to break out over this 10.02, I'll start downsizing my position here. I was starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, but I'd like to see some resolution. So we'll play the tape again.
GE just might not go. Oof.
I'm going to keep fast forwarding until...
Fell beneath.
This was a long hold.
We're even on the trade. Come on. Come on.
So anyway, it did end up breaking out. I started scaling out some profits. I didn't make as much as I would have liked to. This actually ended up going really high today. If only, you know, I could have held. It just went, it continued to go. But at this time, we're up $400, and it was within 30 minutes of the day. I actually ended up shorting this. This was a pretty good short. Let's play this here. As it was getting extended.
Big candle.
It's...
And we'll see if it continues or if it fails. I might play the fail. I don't know. No, let's not do that. Let's not.
So I was seeing that it was extended. It was running into this 1050, which is a psychological hold level of resistance. And right here, it's pushing, and it's failing. So I actually do end up taking a short position here for a pullback, because I know that it just came from $10. So we have about a 25-cent pullback.
It's definitely slowing down at this 1050. We have a pretty big candle. Alright, let's give it a shot.
So I add in 1,000 shares there at 49.
I want to see a pullback. We're going to risk about 10 cents. I'm going to try to make 20. Target would be 1030. That might be a little bit too much of a pullback. We're at 49.75. I'll probably just like to take 10 cents.
nice move here.
44, let's get a flush. 42. I don't know. I just want to get out of this. We're short, so it's a cover. Too risky. Yeah, I'm going to take my 4 cents there.
So there's a small $40 profit, and I continued to trade throughout the day. Oh, here we have another trade that I can analyze quickly. Come on. Come on. So on my charts, I saw that this company X, has been gapping down on news. It formed a solid V bottom here, and it's shooting up, and it's getting parabolic, and it's coming up towards these resistance areas. So I end up taking this short off of this overextended move on a downtrending stock. So as this pops up here, I see that it's overextended, it's losing some momentum, it's coming up to resistance, and I just took a little starter position at 2169. I'm definitely shorting into strength, so I'm usually quick to take these profits. You see right there, it snapped back to my entry. I was up 10 cents, now we're about even on the trade. Luckily, this one never really goes against me. Here's 70, 72. It's still not making new highs, so I think we look to add here because it is showing weakness. Okay, it did actually go against me. Still in for 250 shares at 70. Down 12 cents. Really just slowed there. It's really slowing down. So it's starting to come back down. I add a little bit more size as it's showing that it's weak. In 500 shares at 2174. Definitely a high risk trade. Just because it's due for a pullback doesn't mean that it's going to pull back. It could squeeze right up to 22.22. And I mean, this was on the watch list, but it was just a trade that I kind of jumped right into. So we're about break even on the trade based on the bid. We're in for 500 shares. It's definitely starting to lose some momentum. So here we get a little bit of a flush. And I really want to see it go in our direction. We're currently up $460 on the day. It's kind of just fluttering around and flirting with our entry. I've already taken some profits at 2168. And this is where I get heavy in it soon. As it's failing to break out and make new highs, I'll slam it. And I'll take in a pretty good size position. So we'll see it's trading at 21.85, 85, 86, 87, 88. Fingers on the short trigger. It's not getting any volume. It's definitely overextended. It's already put in a risk level that people can risk off of. So now we just added short, added some more. We're in 750 shares at 78. Now 1,000 shares, now 1,250 shares. And now we'd like to see it get some momentum to the downside, and we'll look to start covering our position. So we're currently up just about break even on the trade. Luckily, this one doesn't go against us very much, if at all, to my knowledge. So we're about 5 cents underwater right there. Looks like it's definitely putting in a top, has a lot of room to pull back. So we're just sitting patient with 2,500 shares, or with 1,250 shares. I'm really looking for this to pull back. And what just happened? And we're back. Okay, so maybe this wasn't the most interesting trade, but we'll keep running it. Let's see. Basically, I ended up picking the top of this off of resistance, and then we start to see some momentum to the downside. Let me run it in 2 times here. So we're in 1,000 shares now at 77. So every 10 cents is $100. Right now we're up 10 cents. It's looking heavy. Now we're up 20 cents, so it's $200. We've taken some shares off. We're at 750 shares now at 77. And we get a pretty big flush candle here, I think, as it comes back down to 21.50. The psychological $0.50. It's pressing on that level. 21.50. Showing a little bit of support, giving it a little bit of a bounce. And it ends up breaking through that 21.50, and here it starts gaining momentum. We covered a little bit more at 58. Covered some more there at 43. Up $650. Only in for 250 shares. And as it looks like it's starting to get some support off of the EMA here, we ended up covering at 49. So this turned out to be a pretty good play. Overall, for the day, I want to, I guess, recap. I'm finishing the day right now up $1,337, so it's been quite a ride. I have a lot of tickets. This is X. This is the play that we were shorting earlier in the morning. It actually ended up pulling back all the way to $21, and we were covering at $21.50 here as it bounced off of this EMA. So I'm not capturing even half the move on my trades, which I've noticed. GE, which was the first trade of the day, I got lucky, I guess, and made money on these first candles. On this first candle, it had a low of day. The low of day was $9.76. So when I was trading GE and we were covering, I covered at $9.79 979 were my best covers, and low of day was 976. So I feel like I did read that opening range breakout really well, and then we got in long for this break of 10 in here. I guess I could have been a little bit more patient. I was playing this anticipation move because you never know when it's going to break out. But this thing went all the way to 1077, and I only held for about 20 cents. I only held at most for about this part of the move. So I didn't even capture, we'll say, a third of the move. So that's something that I definitely need to work on, is just maximizing my trades, maximizing my profits, and going from there, because I could be trading with far less tickets. But for the most part, I have a good eye on reading the tape, the level 2, and the volume and the momentum. So that's what I tend to gravitate to, and that's why I have so many tickets. And reason for that is that that's how I learned. I learned from Ross at Warrior Trading, and he had, I mean, I started with him. I watched all his videos. I followed him for about a year. I'm still following him after the year. So anyway, the account is going to be back just about to break even. Tomorrow's Friday. This was the third day green, and I'm going to end the video there. If you guys are still watching this, please hit the like button so that I know people are watching the videos, and I'll continue to produce content. If you guys need anything at all, message me, let me know. I can look over your trades. I can ask any questions that you want to. Just send me a message, post on the video, join the Discord group if you want to. That's probably going to be the best way to contact me. You can contact me there pretty much anytime. Just send me a message. I might not get back to you right away, but when I do, I'll make sure definitely to get back to you and answer your questions. So thank you for watching. If this is your first time here, please subscribe. And that's going to be it for the day. It's 2 o'clock. I've been here almost all day, and that's it. So, peace.